So this is a video on a test route in Crawley. The aim of this video isn't to get people to memorise the test route. It's just basically to show how to do certain things on the test route, because there's a lot of this route I'm going to do is quite a tricky route, quite a lot of interesting bits. And like I say, memorising it just won't be possible because there's so many routes. You're not going to be able to memorise them. You just have to understand how the certain junctions and situations work, which is, like I say, the purpose of this video. So I'm going to be aiming to do a drive, which will be classed as it with 0 driver faults. So to start, I've got in the car. The examiner's now going to say to you to turn the engine on when you're ready. So I'm going to clutch down, turn the engine on. Now I'm also noticing the weather, so I'm going to turn my wipers on. So it's stalk on the right here. Just push it up gently. That turns them on slow. Up once more, turns them on faster. I think rather than on probably a slower setting to start with, I can put them on higher if I need to. I'll also turn on my rear wiper, so at the end of the stalk, just twist it up, and that turns on the rear wiper. You can't see it on the camera, but the rear wiper's on now. I also need to put my lights on, so I can put my dipped beam lights on, which is this stalk at the end. I'll twist the ends, twist it once and twice, turns on the dipped beam. Because general rule of thumb, if you've got your wipers on, you should have your lights on. You should have your wipers on so you can see, and you have your lights on so you can be seen. Because in the rain, visibility is reduced, particularly in the side mirror. In the side mirrors, it's a bit hard to see because of the water droplets on the mirrors. So by having the lights on, more visible to other cars in their mirrors. So I'm going to look to drive off when I'm ready. So, actually, sorry, one thing, I'm going to put the sat-nav up because we're going to start with the sat-nav. I'm sure I should have said that. So I'm going to turn on the sat-nav. And in the examiner's sat-nav, it will already be plugged into a battery, so they won't plug it into the car, they have a battery pack for it. But I'm not that posh, it's just plugged into a wire on a little mat, so it's just going to sit just here when it's loaded up. And the sat-nav is going to last for about 20 minutes or so. On your test, you're not guaranteed to get the sat-nav. You could also be asked to follow some road signs. This is basically just if the sat-nav goes wrong. So basically they say 4 out of 5 tests have sat-nav and 1 out of 5 tests is following road signs. And the test will last about 40 minutes. Like I say, 20 minutes of following a sat-nav or following road signs, what they call independent driving. It will include one reversing manoeuvre, so that could be a parallel park, a reverse bay park, a forwards bay park, or pull up on the right on the opposite side of the road and a reverse back for 2 to 3 car lengths. It could also include an emergency stop, but that's not guaranteed. Emergency stops happen on 1 in 3 tests, because examiners don't want to be doing an emergency stop and stopping like that every hour of the day. So it's just 1 in 3 tests they do an emergency stop. So I'm going to find my route. And I'm going to start my route. Now, of course, I'm not actually at the actual test centre, because that's just a little bit further down the road here. And I'm not going to go in there because it's going to disturb people actually doing tests. I'm just parked up fairly nearby though. Now to start with, the sat-nav's going to say to me to go into the test centre because that's where the route's set to start. But I'm going to ignore that just for the purpose of this video and just carry on past test centre. When I've gone past the test centre, he'll then route me. So the sat-nav's now on, so I'm going to look to pull away when I'm ready. The first thing I'm bearing in mind here, it's a fast road. This is a 50-mile-an-hour road. I want a nice big gap, so I'm checking my mirrors. It's all clear behind. So I'm looking over the blind spot and pulling away. So also because as well as having a big gap in the pull, I'm going to pull out quite fast like this. So firmly on the gas, into gear 2, firmly on the gas, checking the mirror for anything coming up behind me, into gear 3, keep pressing the gas down about 45 miles an hour, and into gear 5. And mirror to see what's going on behind me. Noticing the vehicle on the right here, the one with the hazard lights on. So it's exactly some problems potentially. So now I'm going to follow the sat-nav. So I can see the roundabout coming up. So my mirrors coming off the gas and covering brakes don't know I'm going yet. It's doing a U-turn, it appears. So mirrors, signal right, keep into the right lane.
Go around
and brakes to slow, clutch down, gear 2, and then gently pull onto the roundabout. Just gently taking it around the roundabout. And it's the next exit, so mirrors, signal left, mirrors again, blind spots, and off we come the roundabout. So here we've got that vehicle again we saw a few seconds ago. So just being mindful of this in case there's workers near it. So checking my middle mirror and right mirror and going a little bit wide from them, just in case there's a worker going to step out of the vehicle. And just being a little bit pushed to my speed, currently doing 35 miles an hour. Now I'm passing now, I can get my foot down a bit. And going up to 50 miles an hour and into gear 5. Keeping near the centre line, just so I can get a little bit more view around this corner. And just keep an eye on the mirror regularly, just for anything that might be behind me. There is a white van behind me at the moment. Its distance isn't too bad, it's not too close. And got parked vehicles here, so middle mirror, right mirror, and going out to the right. Seeing there's there'll be room here for me in the oncoming vehicle, so I'm fine to keep going. Just dropping my speed down to 40 miles an hour due to the parked vehicles. If I opened a door, someone stepped up from behind them, unfortunately it's a little bit easier for me to react. And mirrors, and then building speed back up. Now I'm past the hazard of the parked vehicles. Now glancing at the sat nav, I can see the next turn's in 500 yards. It's going to be a roundabout, and it's going to be a left turn. I can see here. So left on the roundabout, first exit, Brighton Road. Now where's the roundabout? Just checking my mirrors, braking a bit so I can see where the roundabout is. I can see there's a cone up there, the bollard. You might also know how. So that means that's the roundabout. So mirrors, signal right, brakes are slow, scanning right. I can't really see to the right, so a bit more brake. Still can't see, so I'm coming quite slow into gear 2, and it's clear to the right, looking ahead, final check to the right. And noticing the signs on the right, it's a 50 mile an hour road here, reminder of that, and it's two-way traffic here. So mirrors, looking for anyone overtaking, because if there's someone overtaking me, I wouldn't want to be building speed as much as I am at the moment. So currently 50 miles an hour in gear 5. And looking to the far distance of these speeds, so I can easily see if something's coming up I need to brake for. So the faster you're going, the further ahead you look. So just keeping on the mirrors regularly. And 50 mile an hour reminder, and again a reminder of two-way traffic. So I can see up here I've got some white fence posts either side of the road. That indicates you're coming into a village, so mirror. And the speed limit can change soon, so I can see slow on the road. I can also see a kill your speed sign, so it's coming off the gas here. As I can see I'm going to a village, so gently on the brakes, mirror and gently on the brakes. And then into gear 4 on this car. Other cars might prefer gear 3 at 30, but this car's happy to do gear 4 at 30. Glancing at the sat nav, I can see there's a roundabout coming up soon. And we're going to be going left at that roundabout.
Go left on the roundabout and take the first exit.
So left of the roundabout, left of the roundabout, take the first exit. B2110. So I can see it on the sign here. Now the examiner might step in and say, could you now find a safe place to pull up on the left? Okay, yeah, that's fine. So mirrors, signal left to tell us van when I'm pulling up. Making sure I'm stopping in a safe place. So it's quite straight here. There's no yellow lines. So I'm quite visible here. I can see and be seen, and it's perfectly legal because like there's no yellow lines. So cancelling my signal and securing the car once stopped. So now the examiner say, thank you, drive on when you're ready. That's just a routine stop. So it is a bit of a busy road this, but there will sometimes get you stop on roads like these to assess that you can stop and start on busy roads. You can deal with the traffic being around you. So clutch down first gear, feet ready, a little bit of gas, biting point. And after this, I've got a black car behind me. After this black car I'm going to go right, line spot, and off we go. Making sure the signal's cancelled after you pulled away. So the roundabout, just checking again, it's going left, first exit. So mirrors, signal left.
And take the first exit.
And I can see the mini roundabout sign, so I'm just checking right. Got this car on the right to give way to because it's a mini roundabout. Making sure I keep to the left side as well because I'm turning left. And got a new road, new speed. It's national speed limit. So on a single carriageway, that'd be 60 miles per hour for a car. But bearing in mind, it's not a speed target, it's a speed limit. So it's the maximum you're allowed to go, not the speed you have to go. So mirrors, and onto gear 3. So 3.5 miles on this road, I can see that as well. So I know I don't have to be concerned about any junctions for quite a while. It's quite a long road until I get to the next junction. So I'm also keeping my eyes on what you call the limit point on these roads, so looking as far ahead as I can. So at the moment looking far ahead to see the sharp bend sign, and I believe deer, I believe the second sign says. And also see slow on the road, so it's warning me this bend is going to be quite a tight one. So mirrors. And just keeping front, so mirror and a little bit of brake for you. This bend is quite tight. Gear 3 is the best gear for this bend, that's fine. Just checking that gear. And mirrors come out of the bend, checking for anyone overtaking before I accelerate. Now it looks like the car in front as well is also following the sat nav. I can see that through their windows, so just bearing in mind they might not really know where they're going, they could turn soon. So this one keeping a good distance from them. So if they suddenly turn and realise their turn soon, I've come quite easy for me to react, to me to stop. Now I'm noticing the mirror on the right, for the driveway opposite it, so just keep an eye on that, because there could be something like that driveway. If the mirror's there, it means that driveway is hard to see out of, they can't see what's coming down the road. I'm going to gear 4 at this fix, I'm currently doing about 45 miles an hour. Now again, it is a 60 mile an hour road, but because there's a car in front, I'm going to stick at this speed, and it's not safe to overtake, my vision's just too restricted. You just do an overtake on the red of this, you need such a long straight bit of road, it's just too dangerous to overtake at the moment, so I'm going to sit behind them doing about 40 now. And I'll probably get gear 5, the car's actually prompted me to do that. So looking far ahead, I can see the road's bending round to the left, so mirror. Now I'm going to drop down to gear 4, because often a lower gear is better for the bends. In a higher gear, it will pull you around the bends a bit too fast, and you'll be fighting the brake and fighting the car to control it. It's slow on the road. So mirror. Road's bending round to the left, this is all the slow was for. It's just coming off the gas, and because I'm in a lower gear, I'm not having to brake, I'm just off the gas. The car in front was braking, possibly because they're in gear 5 still. So now the road's bending round to the right in the distance, so mirror. And off the gas bit. Again, if I come off gas early, I don't have to brake. This car in front braking, possibly because they're in a too high a gear. So I'm just currently doing 35 miles an hour, just gently rolling it around the corners. And I've got a bit of what you call dead ground here, where you can't see over the hill, so just be mindful of that. There could be a broken down car or an oncoming vehicle overtaking on the wrong side of the road over that hill. But the good thing is, because I've got this car in front, he kind of acts like an extra pair of eyes for me. If he brakes, I know there's something coming up round the corners essentially. So I've got a road bending around to the right here, so mirror. And this one's a bit sharper, so a little bit of brake and then drop down to gear 3 for this bend. Just again, because gear 3 is going to be a bit more control. In gear 4, the car will be running away from me, and I have to be braking to control the car, which is a bit harder. It's not wrong, but it's a bit harder to control. In gear 3, it's just easy. I'm just off gas to slow and on gas to speed up. So I'm just use one foot to control the car, rather than switching between the gas and the brake. So just keeping on the vehicle behind me, because there's a truck behind me reasonably close. And looking at the road signs here, I see the road narrows to both sides, and the road is a double bend, first to the right, then to the left. So I see the red signs here, so I'm going to keep an eye on these red signs, because they can be saying something important. So BAM deliveries, construction traffic, there's going to be large vehicles around here apparently. So just be mindful of that when I come around the corner. Ask myself the question, is there a lorry around this corner? If there was, could I react to it? Because it's going to be taking up a lot of the road, because it's quite a narrow road for a lorry. Keep miles from the limit point, looking as far as I can see. It's got double bend coming up, first left, then right. And also I think I saw the next sign said the road narrows to both sides. Check my mirrors for anyone overtaking, as I speed up a little bit here. And just avoiding the pothole here. And you would notice there, I checked my right mirror before I avoided the pothole, just in case someone was overtaking me. And I'm going to gear 4 now, because the road's a bit straighter at the moment. So I can see the road's now dropping down and bending round to the left. So I'm possibly going to drop to 3. I normally find it's best in these, like I said, just to drop down a gear if you're not sure, just to give you that bit more control. And yes, it does use a bit more fuel, but for me, having control of the car is much more important than fuel consumption. And I'm not going to be staying in the low gear for too long, it's just for the bends really. When it straightens back out, I change up to the higher gears. So I can't really avoid those potholes there because there's oncoming traffic, so I just have to ride through them and deal with it. So I'm going to go for gear 4 now though, now it's a bit straighter. I'm currently doing 40 miles an hour. And I'm actually going to try gear 5 now, because these bends aren't too bad here, they're quite nice and easy bends. So I'm going in gear 5, doing just over 40 now, about 43 miles an hour. And just looking back to the sat nav, I can see there's a turn coming up soon. Also seeing ahead there's a speed limit change going down to 50 miles an hour. So mirror. So there's a speed limit change in, it's lowering speed limit, there's typically a junction coming up. So turn left, B2036. So give way 200 yards. Just again glance at the sat nav, see B2036 is the road I'm looking for. Just up there, see the car in front's braking, so mirrors. Go slow on the road. Here's a junction, so mirrors and signal left. Now I'm bearing in mind here it's a 50-mile-an-hour road here. So the traffic's going to be coming very fast. So I'm going to be cautious here. First, just get my position sorted, get round the corner, and just stop behind the lines. So checking right, left, final check right. And I'm coming out. And now checking my mirror and building speed. So that was really quite important that I stopped and had a really good look there, because remember it's a 50-mile-an-hour road. Traffic's going to be coming very fast, particularly because to the right the vision was very poor. Of course you can't see it on the camera, but the vision's very poor to the right. You can only see about 5 car lengths to the right. That's not very far at all on a 50-mile-an-hour road. And I can see a speed limit change here, going to national speed limits. That's going to be 60 miles an hour on this road. So I'm currently in gear 4, but I'm going to stay in that gear because I need to get up this hill. So on the gas, and I've got a nice view here. I'm doing about 50 miles an hour at the moment. Off the gas a little bit because my vision is now reduced now. So I'm just going to stick at just about 45 here, warning the horses here, slowing the roads, off gas a bit. What's the slow for? There are junctions left and right, but they're all clear, so no problems there. My view's a bit restricted here, so mirror and off the gas a bit, just so I can't see over the hill. Is there a broken down car? Nope. So mirror, no one overtaking, now safe to accelerate. Now I can see a lot further ahead, so now I'm going to go to gear 5, and now I'm doing 60 miles per hour. Keep miles on the limit point, look as far ahead as we can. And I think the sat nav's beeping, not sure why. I'm within the speed limit, I'm doing 57, it's a 60-mile-an-hour road. So again, my vision's dropped here, so just coming off the gas a bit, so I can't see. Less vision, less speed. So across the roundabout, second exit, B2036 Balkan Road. So now checking my mirror because I see a speed limit change come up and the roundabout coming up here. Now I'm also going to make sure I look at the road sign so I understand it, particularly of course on this roundabout because ahead is actually first exit. So I'm going to keep to this lane.
And take the second exit.
And into gear 3, right, it's clear to the right, keeping my lane. Because the sat nav is classing this here as an exit, which you could class as an exit, but sometimes that could confuse people. So you can look at the road sign approach just to help clarify where you're looking to be going. So the next roundabout we're coming up soon is going ahead of it. It appears B20. You want to know that. So you're looking for the road name.
300 yards. Cross the roundabout and take the second exit. B2036.
So second exit, B2036. Looking at the sign here, so that's second exit. Now don't assume what lane to be in, look at the road markings. So it's this lane here, B2036. You look at the road markings, it's middle lane here.
Cross the roundabout.
Now changing down to gear 2. Checking right, clear to the right. Now keeping in my lane, keeping to the outside lane like this. So second exit, that's the first exit. So mirrors and signal left, it's the next exit here. Like you can see on the sign there, it says B2036. So by knowing the road number, road name, it will help you work out what to do. Don't just assume where second exit is. Look on the sat nav for the road name or number, what you want to know it as. That will really help. To really benefit following the sat nav. It will tell you the road number. On the old test, they wouldn't tell you the road number necessarily. So second exit now. Have to be careful. That says straight, but it's not really straight. Look at the map. It's actually more to the right. So mirrors and signal right. 30-mile-an-hour speed limit here. Keeping to the right. Vision to the right is very restricted. Slow my speed right down into gear 2. Scanning right, and we're safe to go. So keeping near the roundabout, off gas. I have time to check my mirrors. Signal left, blind spot, and off we come. Crossing is clear, so there's no chance of that changing. Well, I say no chance. It's very unlikely it would change. And then when we're coming down here again, you might notice the examiner might then say to you, I'd now like you to find a safe place to pull up on the left. It doesn't have to be immediately, just somewhere in a safe place in your own time. Just take your time to look for a safe place. So check your mirrors, here looks safe, so mirrors, wait till past the junction, then signal left, gently on the brakes. And then just stopping. So handbrake goes on, into neutral. Cancel signal and wait for further instructions. Thank you, drive on when you're ready. So clutch down, gear 1. Going to wait for these cars behind to pass me. Now I've got the oncoming car here. He might block the car behind from overtaking, but apparently not with this Mini. Let's see if he blocks the next one. No, but after this one it's safe. So mirrors, signal, line spot, and off we go. So roundabout is following the road ahead. So main, I'm looking at the map here. That's more reliable than the icon there.
And take the second exit, B2036.
So mirrors, a little bit of brake, clutch down. Gear 1's got to wait for this black car to turn. I've also got this grey one's turn, so I give way to them, I give way to the right. Handbrake on for a second, so I can get my feet ready. Handbrake's not essential there, but I like to do it just so it gets you, makes you feel a bit safer, so you can get your feet ready, get your gas and dighting without the car rolling anywhere. So again, looking at the icon, it's still going ahead here.
Take the first exit.
So mirror, as its first exit, I can do a left signal, it's perfectly acceptable. So checking right, it's clear to the right. By doing the left signal there, it just helps the oncoming traffic, so they know you're not going to try and turn right without signalling. And it's something you only really do on mini roundabouts. You wouldn't signal left going ahead at a big roundabout, it's just a mini roundabout thing really. So it's a 30-mile-an-hour road here, so we've got in gear 3, just do no gas because of the hill. If I try to do gas, the car's going to accelerate down the hill way too fast. And just keeping up my speed, checking regularly, make sure it stays within 30. We've got the crossing here, the crossing is clear, so I want the crossing to press the button. And now it's flattened, I'm going to go to gear 4. There's also, what I should have mentioned, on the downhill I stayed in gear 3 to control the speed.
And take the second exit, B2036, Orchard Road.
So, across the roundabout, second exit, B2036. Let's use that information, B2036 in mirror. Looking at the sign here, yep, so that's ahead, second exit, B2036.
Cross the roundabout and take the second exit.
Final check of the sat nav, yep, going ahead. Keep into the left lane. And these cars are coming off, yep, so I'm safe to go. So keep into the outside lane. And mirrors and signal left into gear 2, new road, new speed is 40 miles per hour. Just left over to the right mirror in case someone tries to cut in front of me. And I have got street lights on this road, which would normally indicate a 30 road. But because it said 40 back there, that overrides that rule. We've got some traffic lights here, the pedestrian crossings, so checking the crossings. No one at the crossings, the lights are unlikely to change. And yeah, even though it's got street lights, there will then be reminders regularly remind you it's 40. So see if you can spot them. So you've got traffic lights coming here, pedestrian crossing. You can see a 40 just next to the traffic lights there. Crossing is clear. Watching the junction on the left, in case someone pulls out of that, there's the 40 lights see on the camera, maybe not. Depends what the angle's like on the camera. And it looks like I'm turning left soon. So we've got a 40-mile-an-hour reminder here. So where is it? So it's not this left turn.
Turn left, A2011, Crawley Avenue.
A2011 Crawley Avenue. So as this sits, and mirrors, a little bit of brakes. A2011 sits here. So mirrors and signal left. Seeing the arrows on the road, telling you where to be positioned. Just watching this traffic on the right. It looks like someone's got a bit of muddle there. They've forgotten where they're turning. They're trying to turn really late, and probably not the best idea. They left it really late to turn, and now they've made a bit of a muddle with it. So coming around here, it's national speed limit here, and we've got a sign for a slip road. I'm going to be merging with 2 lanes. So I'm building speed into gear 3. So mirrors and signal right. Watching for the branch in the road. So mirrors, blind spot. Keep pressing the gas to get in front of this lorry that's coming up behind me. And now I'm doing about 50-60 miles an hour here. And a side note as well, that car there in front that turned like that would almost definitely been a fail on the test. It might be much safer than just to follow the road ahead and turn around rather than trying to turn at that point and block the road on a 40-mile-an-hour road. And you can see as well how it's annoying the other drivers. Other drivers are beeping at them, wondering what they were doing. Now looking at the sat nav now, you can see the next turn is going to be slightly to the left according to the icon. But I'm not going to trust that, I want to look at the map as well. So looking at the map as well just here. Turn is the either it's slightly to the left, it looks like it's second exit. It's for the the A2004. So checking my mirrors, going to look a bit of brake. Second exit. So second exit. So looking at the arrows on the road, it's important to see this one. See this lane goes ahead and left. This one will be okay for the second exit. 40-mile-an-hour speed limit. Now before I enter the roundabout, I'll make sure I'm looking into the roundabout, see what lane I need to go to. It keeps that left lane, so it's clear to the right. Keep this left lane. So it's second exit. So this is the first exit, it's checking the right mirror. So it's the next exit, so mirrors and signal left. Keeping on the right mirror in case someone cuts in front of me here, off gas a bit as well. Is there anything around this corner? Being ready to stop if there was. But no, I'm good. Got traffic lights coming up. So I'm looking to see as I'm looking to cross the road and I'm pressing the button. So I was off gas a bit just until I can confirm that. No, the crossing's clear, so now I can go back on the gas gently. 40 mile an hour reminder. And then into gear 4. And then examine by this point, say potentially we're now going to go off route, so to go on the sat nav, could you take the next left? Yeah, that's fine. So mirrors and signal left. Gently on the brakes, a little bit harder now, so just slow the speed right down. Clutch down gear 2, clutch gently up. And I've got an oncoming car coming, the blue car, so I'm going to check my mirrors and just brake for them and let them come through, because they've got priority of course. Now they're turning, but I'm not going to assume they're turning, I'm going to wait till they definitely turn. So mirrors, blinds might just come around the parked vehicle. And I'd like to now pull up on the left, just between these two silver cars just here. Yeah, that's fine, so mirrors and signal left. Signal's not actually essential, it's not to really benefit, but I'd rather do it than not do it if I'm not sure, so I thought I'd just do it there. There's no harm in doing it. Not going to get marked down for signalling. And then secure the car. Okay, thank you. So this is the engine independent drive. I'm now going to take down the sat nav. This is of course what the examiner would say to you. Give you directions as normal. So this is also going to be our reversing manoeuvre. What I'd like to do is use the vehicle in front, and we're going to do a parallel park. So I'd like to drive forwards and pull up next to the parked vehicle, and then reverse back to end up reasonably close and parallel to the curb, trying to finish within 2 car lengths of the parked vehicle. Now, inevitably, you will end up over the driveway here. Do not worry if you end up over the driveway, that's fine. Don't worry about blocking the driveway. But please try not to mount the driveway. Treat it as a solid curb. So please drive on when you're ready. So clutch down gear 1. Check my mirrors, blind spot. No need to signal at the moment, so I won't worry too much about that. But if I had a doubt, I would do it. There's no harm in doing it. So check my mirrors and pull up next to this car. There's no one to benefit from the signal. I'm behind, no one ahead. But again, if I was doubtful, I'd put a signal on. I'm going to stop just next to them like this. Into reverse gear straight away. And this car beeps when it's in reverse gear to confirm it's in gear and it's the parking sensors wrong, so it's got parking sensors on. So handbrake's not needed here, that's not essential, it's not needed. So mirrors, blind spot, checking all your mirrors and all round, check it's all clear. And backing up slowly, waiting for me to clear the parked vehicle, which is about now. Have a good look round to get to this point. So at this point I'm going to steer in and my front's going to swing out, so I want to make sure there's no one overtaking me. So steering in gently. And then when I get to an angle about here, I'm going to straighten the wheels up, that's what I normally do. And then having a good look round, looking for anyone coming down the road. Anyone coming out the driver behind me? Nope. Backing up slowly. Now I've noticed at this point, I can't actually see where the curb is. I'm going to move my mirror down so I can see where the curb is. So a final check round. And just lean across so I can just see where the back wheel is in relation to the curb. So the back wheel's getting closer about now, so just having another look round, it's all clear. And now start steering right away from the curb. Now it's a tad fast, so I'm going to steer left to get a little bit closer. Again, just checking behind me regularly, just looking around regularly. Also notice the speed I'm at. I'm at this speed, so I have time to do everything. I have time to judge it, judge my positioning, also time to check round. And that'll be good just there. Yep, that's a good fine distance. And the examiners at this point might then say to you, are you happy with your position? And you just have a double check and say, yeah, I'm happy with that, I'm reasonably close to the curb. If you weren't happy, you can do a correction, go forwards and get a bit closer if you needed to. So I'm now going to move my mirror back up. And now the examiner will say, thank you, drive on when you're ready. Okay, so it's mirror, into gear, checking my mirrors, blind spot, and I'm pulling away slowly. No need to signal at the moment, so there's no one around, it's quite quiet here. And at the ends of the road, turn right. So mirrors, signal right, and back to my side of the road, into gear 1, because I can't see to the left very well, so scanning both ways. It's very hard to see, so I'm going to slowly just roll out. So it is clear at the moment, but I'm just slowly rolling out in case something appears, because it's very hard to see. So mirrors, and then building speed gently, but not too much speed, just doing about 20 here, 25. So got parked vehicles, so it could be people between the parked vehicles, or the parked vehicles could open their doors, which of course I need to be able to react to. So just doing about 20 at the moment, and then going back to my side of the road. And could you now pull up and left just before the next parked vehicle? Get reasonably close to it, okay. About a car length away from it, please. That'll be fine there, thank you. Secure the car. Cancel the signal. Thank you. Drive on when you're ready. So clutch down, gear 1. My mirrors, line spot. I'll put a signal on here because I can't really see ahead very well. My vision's a bit restricted, so I'm not too sure. So that's why I just put a signal. I wasn't sure if there's someone coming in or not. And again, just taking it fairly cautiously here, looking far ahead for any oncoming traffic. If an oncoming vehicle did come, they've got space to pull up on the right. So I'll turn my wipers off. I'll probably turn my lights off as well. And to the end of the road, turn right. Okay, so mirrors, signal right. Keeping near the centre line for turning right. Gently on the brakes, checking left and right. I can't really see, so clutch down gear 1, so I can't see. Still can't really, the left is okay, but can't see to the right too well, so I'm going to slowly crawl forwards a bit. Left is okay at the moment, right's clear. Yep, and then we pull out. So again, now, even with junctions, like I was saying on the country roads earlier, less vision, less speed. Same with junctions, less vision, less speed. I couldn't see very well to the right there, so I pulled out slowly so I could easily stop if something appeared. So mirrors and gear 3. Just off the gas a bit as it gets a bit narrow ahead. And I see there's a parked vehicle up here on the left, so I've got to assess if there's room for me in an oncoming car. I'm not too sure, I'm going to check my mirrors and brake a bit, just in case an oncoming car came, so I might need to stop because I'm not sure there'll be room or not. Mirrors and just covering brake a bit. Have got a silver car. There's a room. I'll slow a bit just to check. Yeah, I'm happy with that. If I wasn't sure that I would have stopped. So I'm going to, at the end of the road, turn left. So mirrors signal left. Gently on the brakes, keeping near the curb, looking to the curb to start with. Now looking right when you're at the line. Left, right, it's all clear. And I can see a 30mph speed limit sign there as I pulled out of the junction. I can also tell as well, also like to be 30 here as well, because it's street lit now, and it's more of a built up area. We've got buildings on the left, buildings on the right. Might have even seen bus stops back there, like pedestrian crossings here. So all things that may mean 30 normally. So I'm going to at the roundabout turn left, so mirrors and signal left. Gently braking. Clutch down gear 2. It's clear to the right. Got the crossing here. The crossing's clear, but has someone pressed the button? No, we're fine. So was a lady there? She could have pressed the button on that part of the crossing and walked across when it is clear. I.e. pressed the button, lights didn't change, and she just walked across when there's no traffic coming. And then that means then the light changes when there's no pedestrians crossing. So I'm just going to stay here, just looking to keep a good distance from the car in front. Normally so you can see the tyres of the car in front and tarmac, so they say tyres and tarmac. So if I needed to, I could easily steer around them in an emergency, like say they broke down, or if an ambulance came behind me, I could easily sort of move out of the way for the ambulance to give them space. So I'm just going to get the car secured here, so handbrake and neutral, just so I can relax my feet. Again, it's not essential for a driving test, so they wouldn't mark you down for not securing the car, but it's just nicer to, gives you a chance to relax your feet. Especially because I knew I was going to be stopping for a little bit of time. Now at this point I've got to be careful not to overtake anything on the left, what some people will know as undertaking. So mirrors, and then just coming off the gas and gently braking for the lights. Because the only time you're allowed to overtake on the left is if it's in queuing traffic, which is what is okay just now, because it's queuing basically that traffic there. Or if the vehicle in the right lane is signalling to turn right. So if they're not signalling to turn right, or they're not in a queue, they're not in a traffic queue and not allowed to overtake on the left. So just watching my traffic light here, just don't get any surprises. So it's just regularly just checking around as well, see what's going on around me in case like an emergency vehicle came up behind me. But my main focus on that light, I don't want to miss the light and then be panicked when it changes and it rushes me. I I can also of course tell when it's going to change by the traffic, because it's not going to go to green if there's still traffic coming, so it might change at this point because the traffic over there stopped. But knowing the road, I know they go first. That's just local knowledge. I know the sequence. So after these guys, it could be me next. So again, if they're moving, my light's not going to be changing. But I'm still watching it, so it might change soon, because there's not much more traffic on the left. So clutch down, gear 1. The light is going to be changing soon. Watching the pedestrians on the right as they cross. Here we go, so checking my mirrors. Bit of gas, watching a pedestrian on the left, the guy there, but he's staying still, he's fine. Watching the pedestrians on the right, they're all fine, they're not looking to cross the lane. Watching the bus, is he going to pull away? Off gas a bit in case he does. And we've got the traffic lights, so the light's going to change, be ready to stop, covering brake, and now I'm committed. Also watching the red car, checking left mirror, right mirror, left mirror for any buses, right mirror for any cars overtaking, because 3 lanes merge into 1 there. I'm going to block change straight to gear 4, because this is a 30-mile-an-hour road, and gear 4 is best for this car at 30. I'm going to tell it's a 30 road because it's got street lighting, there's pedestrian activity, there's a bus lane, there's a kill your speed sign there. They wouldn't have a kill your speed sign on a 40 road normally, that's a 30-mile-an-hour road thing, a kill your speed sign. Got the pedestrian crossing, the crossing is clear, there's no one looking to press the button. And lights had to change into red, so mirror. And with the lights, what I'm ideally trying to do is try not to fully stop, because if I can keep rolling, it's then easier to pull away. It's also more fuel efficient. So I'm just braking like this at this point, and then into gear 1, just trying to keep the car rolling. Like I say, trying not to fully stop. I don't think that's going to be possible because there's traffic on the right, and I think they'll be coming out soon, and there's quite a few of them. So I'm just going to stop and secure the car. So I'm not going to be going for a few minutes because there's traffic on the right. There's quite a queue of them. And I'm also noticing the road markings and signs ahead that tell me to stay in this lane for going ahead. So I'm going to go clutch down gear 1 because the traffic on the right stopped coming out. So here's my light changes. Check my mirrors for any bikes, either cyclists or motorbikes. So yep, these markings say head only, so keep in this lane. Traffic lights, are they going to change? So mirror, off gas a bit, be ready to stop, and committed to it. Left mirror for anyone overtaking from the left as the lanes merge. Because remember, as on your driving test, if the examiner doesn't tell you where to go, follow the road ahead. So if nothing's said, follow the road ahead. If of course you're not sure, feel free to ask the examiner. Don't stay there sitting quiet. If you stay quiet, the examiner has to assume you understand where you're going. So mirrors, and gently braking for the traffic lights, looking for the road markings. You just need to stay here for going ahead, because that left lane's left only. And I'm going to go into gear 1. I'm not going to secure the car, so the lights will change soon. It's only that red car coming out from the side road, so the lights will change very soon. So checking the left mirror for anyone overtaking the left, also for the junction on the left in case someone jumps the red light. And again, just going to block change to gear 4 because it's 13, and I can quite happily stay at 30. It's quite flat here. And just keeping on the car behind. So the car behind's a little bit close. And got traffic lights ahead, just anticipating they could change. So again, just watching the lights now. That's my main focus at the moment. Checking the mirror for the car behind as well. Covering brake. Are the lights going to change? No, I'm committed. So left mirror, looking for anyone overtaking on the left. We're all good though. And mirrors, and then currently now doing 30 miles an hour. Watching for the bus on the right. He might affect me because he might come out quite slow, but I think he's fine. I've off gas a bit and the van followed him. So at the roundabout, turn left please, first exit. So mirrors and signal left. Gently on the brakes, checking the left mirror for any buses in the bus lane. Down to gear 2, moving across after the solid line. And checking right, and it's good to the right. New road, new speed is 50 miles per hour. Traffic lights in 400 yards. Far ahead, I can see traffic lights, they're changing at the moment, and they've just gone to red. So I'm not going to press much more gas, I'm going to stay at 40. There's no point of getting to 50 if there's red light very soon. I'm going to just easing off gas now, just doing about 30 now. I'm not going to get anywhere by accelerating because there's a red light, so all I'm going to be doing is wasting fuel. mirrors, and just gently braking, clutch down, gear 2. And yep, I can get away with 2 because I'm rolling, gear 2 will be fine. Keeping on the lights in case they change again randomly. And on this road, in the road speed that's going to national speed limit here, which would be 70 miles an hour here on a dual carriageway. Now I've got the bus in front of me, and of course it's going a little bit slow, but we don't have to necessarily overtake it. Because the thing to consider on your driving test, you don't know where you're going next. You don't really want to get in that right lane, and the examiner says you turn left, and then you're a bit of a muddle, because you're in the right lane, you're trying to turn left, and then it's all a bit of a muddle. So as long as they're going reasonable speed, it's often best just to stay behind them. Only really overtake if you really know where you're going next, and you know how far away the next roundabout is. And then we're now doing 45 miles an hour, so the bus is reasonable speed. Just staying in gear 4 because of the hill really. At the roundabout, follow the road ahead, second exit for services, Pease Pottage. Okay, so services, Pease Pottage, you'll see that on the sign here. Got a sharp bend sign as well, some mirrors and off gas a bit. So again, don't assume what lane you want to be in. Make sure you're looking for any road markings, any signs. Now there's no road markings here. Basically no road markings saying left only. That means the left lane goes to head to the second exit as normal. So I'm quite okay to be in this lane. So remember, if you ever see road markings, that always overrides the normal rules. So really watch out for road markings, particularly on these bigger roundabouts where it might have special rules and different rules. So checking right, so a lorry coming from the right, so I'll let him pass. I'm just going to put the handbrake on for a sec, so there's a bit of traffic coming from the right. I've got a van, but after the van I might be able to go, so gas and bite, I want to get my feet ready. After this van I'm good. So I'm going to gas quite firmly, because there is a car coming round. I just want to make sure I didn't slow him down. So, I can see on the road surface, services, Pease Pottage, so I'm in the correct lane, so that's quite okay. So mirrors and braking for the traffic lights. And securing the car for a sec, just to let his traffic pass. And they're not essential to secure the car, but I'm quite confident knowing the lights I'm going to change for a few more minutes, so a few more seconds. Now I'll go clutch down gear 1, so there's no more traffic coming from the left, and the traffic on the left is actually now stopping, so the lights will change soon. There we go. So checking the mirrors, checking right for anyone jumping the light, mirrors and signal left, gear 2. And new road, new speed limit is 50 miles per hour, to make sure that signal's cancelled, which it has, into gear 3, two-way traffic as well. Watching the junction on the right for anyone pulling out. The mirror. There you go, he's pulling out as I anticipated, so there's no surprises there. Looking far ahead, I can see a roundabout. So at the roundabout, I'd like to follow the road ahead, second exit. Okay, so mirrors. Again, looking for any road markings that might show me any differences, but there doesn't appear to be any road markings here, any arrows, so it's just normal, left lane for going ahead, second exit. Checking to the right, we're good, keeping in the lane. And mirrors and signal left, checking the right mirror as well for anyone overtaking. And then on the visual test, exam with then at this point say to you, okay, we're now going to take the next road on the right back to the test centre. That's where the white signs are here. Of course, I'm not going to do that, because I'm not going to go into the test centre for the purpose of this video. I'm just going to go past that. And I'm going to just find somewhere to park up. Actually, I'm going to go in next left, so mirrors and signal left. There's a little car park here I can go into. And imagine this is a test centre car park. The examiner would then say to you, could you now just drive forwards into one of these bays here? So let's drive forwards into one. Now, this is not a manoeuvre, because you've already done your manoeuvre. In this case in the video I did a parallel park. So, on your test, they're not marking down. If you're not in the bay properly, they're not going to mark that down, not going to worry about that. If you end up a bit wonky, they're not going to worry about that.